tapped in, I'm Morse code. My north node is so cold and Arctic. Cathartic, pressure converge on the chaotic. They toxic. My ancestors pop shit. My archangels drop shit.
Okay, so I want to tell a little bit of my story because my story is long as fuck. So it's gonna be more than just one video. It's gonna be parts to this shit. Okay. So the the story is very complicated. It's very in depth. It's very complicated. The easiest way for me to tell this is to start from now and work my way around. Okay, because it's a lot. So I know I use the term handler a lot when I'm talking about my ex, my kids' father. A lot of people might not understand what I mean when I say handler, so let me explain. My kids' father and I were together for 11 years, from 2005 until 20, well, 10 years. From 2005 until 2015, we were together, okay? I am originally from Sacramento, California. My family is self proclaimed Freemasons. I didn't know what the fuck a Freemason was exactly until about 2 years ago, okay? So the whole time I had been hearing we're Freemasons, I had no idea what they were talking about, okay? Now it all makes sense. Okay, so when I was living in Sacramento, California, I was working on music with my brother in law. I was working on an album with my brother in law, okay? We were doing that for a few years, a couple years. And I decided I did not want to do music anymore. And I met my kids' father, okay? Um, we ended up moving to another state. We ended up moving to Ohio, okay? Because his mother decided to move out here. She claims it was for the better air because she was sick. That's bullshit. The air quality out here is ass trash. That was bullshit. Regardless, what happened is my family literally paid my kids' father, my ex, to date me, move me across the country, and he was supposed to me, okay? Something probably I keep the cards keep telling me something about an insurance policy, but I know for a fact it was supposed to be like some kind of hit, some kind of setup or something. I was supposed to be killed, okay? And he's literally said it in a text message. You're supposed to be gone, okay? Um, so when I say handler, that's what I mean. I'm talking about my kids' father, okay? I left him in 2015 and I moved into this house here that I am sitting in right now, okay? And when I left him in 2015, I left him for someone else, okay? Me and my kids' father's relationship had been trash for 7 years before I even left. And I knew it was time to go because when he would touch me, it tickled. It wasn't, I didn't get turned on, it tickled, okay? But there was also times where I was literally going months without anything because one, I wasn't attracted to him anymore. Two, I didn't want him to touch me, okay? Because there had been all kinds of fighting and arguing, mental abuse, emotional abuse, verbal, like all kinds of shit, okay? So I just didn't, I no. And yeah, I did cheat on him and leave him for someone else. We're all karmic at one point, and that's when I was in karmic energy, okay? So 10 years ago, yeah, I was a karmic once upon a time. We all start off as karmics, okay? Not that energy anymore. I don't do that shit anymore. I won't do that shit anymore. But anyway, um, when I left him, I moved into this house. The man that I was with for 5 years. I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't spiritually awakened. I wasn't on my journey or anything at the time. But my kids' father always kept telling me little facts and shit about the dude that I was in a relationship with for 5 years. And I'm like, why do you keep telling me? I'm just thinking he's just trying to dirty Mac or trying to hate or whatever, right? Well, turns out they knew each other. Okay, they were in cahoots. That's why he was, his real name is this. And da-da-da-da. It was all a fucking ploy, okay? to get me to leave the dude I was with and go back with my ex. So my ex, when I moved into this house, was not allowed to come in my house. He when I started this, he had to stay on the sidewalk, and the kids would he would come get his kids, and they would meet him outside. Well, he was literally living in an abandoned house with no water, no heat. It gets cold as fuck here in the winter. He wasn't able to use the bathroom, wash his ass, blah blah. So me being the nice person I am, I allowed him to come here to wash his ass, use the bathroom, see his kids, etc. Okay, that was my mistake. The man that I was with for 5 years, we had started talking about moving. Okay, so we were going to move to Florida. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So we had been talking about moving to Florida. He was telling me that he was going to go out there, get the place, get the house, and then we were all just going to go out there together. Me, his kids, my kids, just go, right? This man convinced me to quit my job at a certain date because we were going to be leaving soon. And at one point, because I was quitting my job to move, he basically told me, okay, well, I got an idea. Why don't you have your kid's father move in to take some of the stress off the bills until we leave? And did this. I'm like, you know what, that's a good idea because he's living in an abandoned house anyway. And when I leave, he can just take over the lease, right? Me trying to be a good person, not thinking, again, not awakened, third eye closed as fuck, okay? So I talked to my kid's father. Do you think you can afford the bills here if I left and had the lease signed over to you? Him, yeah. Okay, this is what I didn't even realize at the time. If he could afford to take over the bills here, he could have afforded to get a fucking place and not stay in an abandoned fucking house. Right? Yeah. Again, third eye was closed as fuck. I didn't realize that at the time. So that was step one. I got played like a motherfucker. He could have been got a place. He wanted this one. He wanted mine because it was mine. He doesn't want me to have anything. Nothing good, okay? So him and the man that I was dating, they worked together to do this. So I quit my job. I talked to my kid's father. My kid's father moves in to this house downstairs on the couch, right? And I'm expecting to leave like the next 2 weeks. I'm packing up. I'm getting ready to go. So I hadn't heard from the man that I was dating for about a good week. So I hit him up. Hey, babe, I want to see you. Where you at? I ain't even out there. What do you mean you ain't out here? Where you at? I'm in Florida. He left without me. He moved out there without me and left me here. And then had the nerve to tell me, well, if you love me, you'll find your way out here. Okay, well, I don't love you that much. I love you. But I don't love you that fucking much because we had an agreement. We had a deal. Like, we talked this out. And you just fucking betrayed me. I'm not coming nowhere. So I stayed the fuck here. I stayed the fuck here. And I had to stay here in the same house with my kid's father because my silly ass turned over the lease already. I didn't have a job. So I got stuck here with my kid's father, my handler, who sleeps downstairs on the couch. And he's been trying to get me to give him my room for no. Anyways, for a whole year, I could not find a job. I was doing great. I was a manager at Walmart. I was making good money, I was doing great until I let them to con me, until I listened to the dude I was with and believed that we were moving. That's when everything got fucked the fuck up, okay? So for a year, I could not find a fucking job, okay? I looked and looked and looked, couldn't find shit. I tried to start a fucking business and it started to get off the ground. But then all of a sudden, that shit started to tank. And I realize now that it's because my kid's father was doing spells and shit to fuck with my finances. Literally doing spell work, casting spells with his mother, who's a pastor, who has a fake church that's really a front for a fucking cult, for a coven. They were literally doing spells and casting spells to ruin my money, keep me from getting a job, fuck with my businesses, all kinds of shit. So I couldn't get the fuck out of here. So second year, I'm trying to get my business off the ground. It's not working like I'm hoping it to, okay? So out of years of having an Indeed account, I never got emails from Indeed about jobs. All of a sudden, as I'm working on my YouTube channel and it's starting to pick up a little bit and I'm learning Tarot, which was an abomination to him, by the way, that I was learning Tarot. He was so upset and had a whole argument with me about me learning Tarot and being spiritual, because that ain't God, right? Um, Once I started trying to get my YouTube channel off the ground, all of a sudden Indeed sends me an email about a store manager job. And I'm like, oh, well, shit, yeah, because I need that so I get the fuck out of here, because YouTube wasn't going fast enough. Well, I shouldn't have taken the job. That was a fucking, it was a part of the plan. I did not apply at Shoe Carnival. I wasn't looking for a job. I wasn't even actively looking for a job at that time. It just randomly showed up. And when I talked to them about it, I said, I don't know how I got the email from y'all, because it said basically that they reached out to me, but when I talked to them, the managers, they were like, we didn't send you an email, so who sent the fucking email? It was a setup, okay? It was set up that way for me to take the job, to distract me from working on my fucking YouTube channel, so that it wouldn't go anywhere, so that I would be stuck here. So now we're on year 3. I had to quit the job that I had because they were literally going out of their way to try to cause me mental distress, which wasn't fucking working. They were trying to fire me, setting me up, writing me up for things that other managers were doing but weren't getting in trouble for. They went out of their way not to fucking train me correctly. And then I'm getting written up for things that I wasn't even trained on. Like, no, I left. That was bullshit. I fucking left. But my handler was part of that, to set that up, to keep me from being able to leave. So now I'm back working on my motherfucking business and my fucking channel, and nothing's gonna stop me from fucking doing it. I should have never stopped, and it would have gotten where I wanted it to be, and I probably would have been out of here by now, okay? But I let the enemy come in and trick me into taking the job when I know God told me to do this, okay? Now, rewind a little bit. I don't think people understand when I say that my kids' father has been trying to kill me, set me up to die, trying to get me to kill myself, shit like that. I don't think people understand that I'm dead fucking serious, okay? He has literally spoken with his own mouth. If my kid was awake, I'd have my kid come up here and confirm this shit. He's literally said it several times, that he's hurt people, he's tortured people, he's murdered people, he's killed people. He is a self-proclaimed I'm a bad person, I'm not a good person, but he pretends to be a missionary, he pretends to be of God. He walks around the fucking city fake preaching to everybody, and everything he fucking says is some fucking gibberish. It's riddles, it's gibberish, none of it even fucking makes sense. He's not a fucking Christian, he's not a fucking missionary, none of the shit he fucking says he is. He's a fucking Freemason, he's a fucking Luciferian, he's a fucking poser, okay? It's a fucking facade. He's a fucking murderer. He's a fucking hired hitman, literally. And my family hired him to fucking take me out. And he's failing. He's failed. He's failed. And now that he's failed, he's slowly... Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention to my tweets or not, but I have been saying over the last month or two that someone is dying, someone is sick, someone is about to expire. He is very sick. He's very sick, and he's not telling anyone, but I know he is. I'm psychic. I know he is. He's been coughing like crazy, coughing up shit, blowing his nose like crazy, sleeping a lot. What's the other? It's something else, but karma has come for him. Now let me explain why, okay? Some of the things that this man has done to me over the last 3 years, because I'm not going to go far back in the past with the emotional abuse. The last 3 years has been the worst, okay? One example, this man literally went and found a puppy, a little beautiful, it was, his name was Chi, and he was a James, what was it, James something Terrier, or Chihuahua, I forgot what breed of dog he was. He was a rare fucking breed of dog, okay? This man literally got this dog, knowing this dog was sick, and he literally had someone come over with this dog. It was like, come outside and look at this dog, come look at this puppy, knowing that I would want the puppy. He knows how I am with animals and shit, knowing I would want the puppy. So I'm looking at this puppy just sitting in the bottom of this truck. The truck is dirty. The puppy looks dirty. I'm like, give me the fucking dog. And I take the fucking dog and I'm like, this is my dog. And I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to clean it and I'm going to love it. And this is my dog. And mind you, I had just lost my closest cousin, which my family sent spells to kill her. She didn't have pre-existing heart conditions at all. And she was driving and she just had a sudden cardiac arrest behind the wheel and died. Spells. The last person to talk to her was literally her sister on the phone with her as she was driving. My sister, my cousin, my other cousin, her sister, okay? This cousin is my sister's fucking sidekick, little henchman, okay? This motherfucker jumps when my sister says jump. And so that's a whole nother side story. I'll get to in like part 2 or part 3, okay? But last person to talk to my cousin was her own sister. Her sister cast a spell to kill her. Also, my cousin is the only family member that has ever been cremated. Everyone else is buried in the family burial plot. We have a family burial plot. My mom is there, my grandma's there, my grandpa's there, my auntie's there. They are laying head to feet with each other. But she gets cremated? Why? What were you hiding? Okay? So I had just lost my cousin. This man literally gets and brings me this fucking dying puppy. I didn't know it was sick. I didn't know it was dying. I had the dog for 2 days. The dog starts dying, having convulsions, going into a coma, and I'm freaking the fuck out because this fucking little fucking puppy is literally dying in front of me in my hands. And you know what this man's telling me as I'm like losing my shit because I just lost my cousin and now this dog that I've only had for 2 days is dying in front of me? He had the nerve to talk to me as if I was overreacting, telling me I needed to calm down, telling me that I needed to it's what you can't do anything about. He literally brought the puppy to cause me fucking pain. Literally. Because who does that? Also, another thing this man has done, when I started my spiritual journey, I was taking spiritual baths. Every damn few days, every moon cycle, I was taking spiritual baths, okay? Apparently, he didn't like that because he didn't like the fact that I was learning tarot. He didn't like the fact that I was becoming spiritual. Why? Because he knew that God was going to tell me everything that he had been fucking doing, and that's exactly what the fuck has been happening. God been spilling tea through these fucking cars, through these fucking channel messages, all kinds of shit, okay? And that's what this motherfucker was afraid of. So when I was taking spiritual baths, I remember one night I took a spirit. Now, I do not bathe when he is here. I will not. I wait till he goes to work in the morning and I bathe. I wait till he goes to work at night and I bathe. I refuse to bathe when he is in this house. I will not. I will not. I do not. And I will not. Because like I said, he lives and sleeps downstairs. The bathroom is downstairs. You're not about to see me in a towel, in a robe, none of that shit. So I just don't. Not when he's at all. No. I refuse, okay? So I would take spiritual baths while he would be gone at work. Well, one night I remember taking a spiritual bath and the tub, I'm not sure if he put a towel down the drain of the tub or what, but the tub was draining very slowly. It was still draining though, okay? It was slow, but it was still draining. So it would take like maybe 30 minutes for the water to completely drain out, okay? Wasn't that bad. Well, I remember one night I took a spiritual bath and the tub was draining. I remember he came back because I remember hearing it. When he came back that night, I guess there was still some water in the tub and it had like my essential oil and all that shit in the water. I remember the tub completely draining. I remember hearing him like scrub the fuck out of the tub. Mind you, there was no body dirt or anything in the tub. It was just some oil and some water. The water was still fucking clean. You could still see, like, it was still clean. There was no reason for him to scrub it like he was scrubbing it. He literally, I heard him in there using all kinds of cleaner and products, scrubbing the fucking tub like it was full of fucking dirt or mud or some shit. And I'm like, oh, I see what this is. Demonic entities and energies don't like the spiritual, the herbs and the oils and the smell goods and the incense. They don't like that kind of shit. So he was literally trying to scrub the fucking spiritual energy out of the fucking tub, I guess. Okay. Shortly after that, the tub stopped draining. Like, just stopped draining. It went from taking 30 minutes for the tub to drain to taking days for the tub to drain. This is where I'm convinced that he put something else down the drain to stop the tub from working, because if the tub won't drain correctly, I can't take a spiritual bath correctly. And even if the tub gets drained or I drain it myself manually, I do not feel comfortable cleaning it and then still getting inside of it, because it's not I can't rinse it. And I'm very, very picky about how I clean a tub, okay? I will rinse that shit a million fuck. I don't want to see a spot, a dot, anything. So he knows that if the tub won't drain so I can rinse it 1,000 times before I can get in it, after I wash it, I won't get in it. I will not sit in a fucking tub that I do not feel is clean, because I have a fucking vagina. I'm not about to do that. Like, no. So he purposely plugs up the tub so I can't take spiritual baths. Honestly, I think it was so I couldn't take a bath in general. So now, me being me, I always find a way around shit, okay? So I couldn't take a spiritual bath anymore. So I started taking a bottle, putting the spiritual wash in a bottle and pouring it over my head every morning. I'm still gonna fucking cleanse myself, bitch, whether I can get in the fucking water or not, okay? So also now, because the tub doesn't drain, in order to take a bath, I literally have to get a 5-gallon bucket and dip the water out of the tub and pour it into the toilet. That's literally how I have to empty the tub. I have to empty the tub for me and my 2 daughters for us to bathe every day, because he clogged the tub up, and he refuses to call the landlord for anything. He has a landlord. I don't have her number anymore. The lease is his now. I don't have her number. That's on him. So he will literally he refuses. This winter that just passed, the heater, literally, like the starter, the igniter is going out in the heater. You can hear it when it starts. I know what it is. I looked it up. You can hear it going out. You think he called the landlord? No. I think he purposely wants the heater to act a fucking fool, so when we use it again, the fucking house catches on fire. 2 years ago, he took down all the smoke detectors in the house. Why? And I bought batteries for the smoke detectors, and I was like, hey, I got batteries for the smoke detectors, so can you hang the smoke detectors back up? Because I told him, I said, I'm afraid the house might catch on fire. We're not going to know, right? Because he has a habit of cooking shit and forgetting or falling asleep. I think he's been trying to burn the house down. Dead ass. I think he's been trying to burn the house down. There's no smoke detectors. He's on the first floor. He's where the stove and shit is. If the house catches on fire, he can easily get the fuck out, and then everything goes up with me in it. Won't all of a sudden though, I ask about the smoke detectors. Oh, I don't know where they are. I gotta look for them. Why did you? He packs things in boxes. Okay, he lives out of boxes. Why would you pack the smoke detectors in a box and then not know which box they're in? Smoke detectors literally save lives. Why did you take them down? Why did you pack them away? So there hasn't been any smoke detectors up in this house for 2 years, because he won't look for them. He knows where they are. He just won't put them back up because, like I said, I think he's trying to set the house on fire. And that's come out in my readings a few times about a house fire. I honestly believe there is an insurance policy that he has out on me, because I got in a Lyft one day and the Lyft driver said nothing to me the whole fucking ride. And then all of a sudden he just randomly says, we all need, what do you say? We all need life insurance, don't you think? I'm like, okay, that's a weird thing to just fucking say out of random. And he hands me a fucking business card. He was a life insurance broker. God told me to call that man and set up a life insurance policy, and I would find out if my handler had one out on me, or if someone had one out on me. I never did it. I didn't need to. I already knew. Just from God telling me that, I already knew that somebody has a life insurance policy out on me. Somebody's been trying to off me, get rid of me to get life insurance policy money, and I think it's my fucking handler. Okay? So I can't take spiritual baths. He purposely keeps the house downstairs a mess. My room is My room stays clean. I'm a very clean person. When me and him were together, part of his attacks on me, the spiritual warfare part of the attacks, was him purposely dirtying up shit and doing shit to piss me off because he knew how I was about cleaning. I don't know if y'all seen that video on Twitter about the woman whose kids, she was having a fucking mental breakdown because she would clean all day and her kids would just purposely just fuck shit up and not clean up behind themselves, and she was like having a literal mental breakdown. I was almost that bad. Okay? He literally did that shit on purpose because he knew that dirty things and it being unclean and untidy fuck with my mental space. Well, I healed that shit, okay? So now I'm upstairs in my own space. I stay in my room. Unless he's gone, I go downstairs, I get food, I take a piss, I wash my ass, I come back up, okay? Downstairs, where he is a complete contrast to what the fuck I got going on up here. It's clean, everything is organized in order up here. Downstairs, there's trash bags everywhere, empty motherfucking alcohol bottles, shit all trash and shit all over the fucking floor, clothes like the basement. There's a drain in the basement that continuously fucking clogs and floods. He hasn't called the landlord about that. He literally is letting shit in this house break and fall apart on purpose just to make motherfuckers uncomfortable. Just so me and the kids are uncomfortable. He hates women. He has severe mother issues. And truth be told, I'm about 98.8% sure that he's DL. Okay? I'm just saying, I've seen some things. I don't know if I want to speak on all of them, but I'm pretty sure he's DL. And that's probably why he's sick. This man has spread rumors about me all over motherfucking town, lies about me all over fucking town, projecting. This man has painted me out to be a prostitute to the fucking town. I don't give a shit. I'm not a fucking prostitute. When he moved back in here, he came with 200 fucking Magnum condoms. What did you need 200 Magnum condoms for? Who's the prostitute? He even made jokes about being a gigolo. He also made jokes about working for the CIA. None of that shit was jokes. He's literally confessing, okay? So when I say my fucking handler, I literally mean my fucking handler. The man was paid to bring me out here and get rid of me. Well, he couldn't get rid of me. Nothing is going the way it's supposed to. And now, all of a sudden, he's like having all this stress and all this breakdown. And I'm talking about, I got to get out of here. That's why I got to leave. You're running. You're running. And he's asking about Sacramento and how long do warrants last in Sacramento and statute of limitations and shit. We've been out here for 15 years. We've been out here for 15 years, okay? The only thing that the statute of limitations has no expiration on is murder. 16 years and you're worried about warrants in a place that we haven't been in 16 years? Why? You're worried about murders. You're worried about murder warrants. You're worried about, exactly, like I told you, he's a fucking murderer. He's worried about his past catching up to him. Whatever the fuck he's been doing out here is catching up to him. And now he's trying to fucking run. But why would you run to the place where you already did some shit before? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. There was a time his uncle came out here. His uncle ain't even from out here. His uncle hasn't been out here since we moved here. I remember when I met his uncle. His uncle came out here when we moved here. Yeah, in like 2010-ish, I think his uncle came out here. I haven't seen that man since 2010. And he offended me then, and I'm not cool with that, man. Don't ask me if I'm prissy. Nick, do I look prissy? Don't insult me. I'm not prissy. Recently, his uncle came out here. Now, his uncle has several cases where he's a truck driver, okay? He drives truck. His uncle has killed several people with his truck and played it or said it was these people in his blind spot and all this other shit. I feel like this man was killing people on purpose. Like, that's just what anyway, his uncle comes out here and he goes somewhere with his uncle talking about, oh, I gotta go take some stuff to the dump. I already know what that was. I know what you're taking to the dump because your uncle don't even live here. He don't fucking visit here. But all of a sudden he's randomly out here and you guys gotta go to the dump? Okay. I know what that is. If you can put two and two together, you know what that was too. You know what the fuck they went to the dump for. But I digress. So yeah, when I say that I can help you fight spiritual warfare, that's what I'm talking about. I'm in the trenches, baby. I've been in the trenches. I've defeated this motherfucking demon, okay? Okay? Um, his mother, like I said, the pastor with the church that's really a cult, that's really the cover for the cult. I went on Twitter. I want to say it was like a month ago now. I don't know how long ago it was, but I went on Twitter 2 days before this happened, and I said in a channel message, I just said something's about to go boom. 2 days later, his mother's car blows up in her driveway, takes half of a fucking porch with her, or with it. She was not in it. She was fine. Fucking car blows up in the driveway, takes half the fucking porch with it, and blows out her fucking windows. Not a coincidence. I said it was going to happen. Karma, okay? 2 days before that, she gets in a car accident. Okay? After the van blows up, like a week later, she like has some kind of weird ass medical episode and like collapses in the driveway of her fucking house, and some passersby find her and call 911, and they think she's having a stroke. They don't know what the fuck to make of this shit. She damn near died. Now her son is having all these fucking problems, the cough. Oh, that's what it was, chills. He's like coughing up shit, blowing his nose constantly. He's got chills. He's sleeping all the fucking time. Sir, you're sick. You are sick. You are expiring. And you're not telling anyone. Why? He's been so stressed out lately. Like I said, talking about he's got to get out of here, and this is why I got to leave. And he's got to leave because the plan did not work. The plan to take me out did not work. I awakened. I wasn't supposed to awaken. If my third eye had stayed closed, if I had stayed asleep, the plan would be successful. They would have been able to take me out. But I woke up. And I ended up stopping the plot against me by waking up. Now, again, when I say that I can teach you how to fight spiritual warfare, this is what I'm fucking talking about. And I don't think you people understand. I have been fighting the last 2 years since I've been on my spiritual journey, and now that I know what the fuck is going on, I've been fighting warlocks. I've been fighting witches. I've been fighting against spell work. There's a candle right now in the basement with several incense stuck in it. There's no reason for incense to be lit in the basement. Nobody hangs out in the fucking basement. It's not a finished basement. There's nothing nice about the basement. Why is there a candle and incense down there? Spell work. When it's a full moon, the motherfucker stays up all night. I can hear him. Because God wakes me up around 3 something in the morning when a motherfucker down there doing shit. One morning, God woke me up. It was like 3:03 or something like that. God woke me up. When my feet hit the floor to get out the bed, as soon as my foot touched the floor, I heard him drop something downstairs. Because he was up doing casting spells and doing spell work. Okay? Mirror magic, all that shit. This motherfucker does it. Okay? But no one would know or understand, or just looking on the surface. Okay? And me just telling people this shit, they're not going to believe me. They're going to, oh, she crazy. And this nigga has literally gone out of his way to try to convince the town and other people that I'm fucking crazy. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm very much fucking sane. I'm very much fucking sane. I'm very much fucking stable. And I'm very much fucking intelligent. I know exactly what's going on. I'm very much the fuck tapped in, too. And that's what he was always afraid of. He has no idea what I know about him, about what he's done. He knows that I know something. He has no idea what I know. He has no idea how much I know. And now that I'm exposing everything, there's really nothing he can do about it, because if he fucking tries to take me out now, everybody's going to know it was him. This man has accumulated was like a 9mm pistol, and then got happy. Look at what I got. Why? And I told him, get that shit away from me. Don't even know where it came from. Don't even know if there's other bodies on it. But he's got it. But he's got it. The other day, I went downstairs and something told me, look under the couch. Sawed-off shotgun. Every time I turn around, this man has a new knife. He has one of those fucking, it's like a scythe thing. He's got several fillet knives, hunting, hella knives, swords. I don't know how many knives he's up to now, but he's got at least 20, 30 knives, okay? Why do you need all these weapons? What are you doing? He's drinking heavily. Every time I turn around, he's drinking. He's not even supposed to be drinking. He's sick. He's taking certain medication. The doctors told him not to drink, especially when he's smoking. You know, he's doing it anyway. You know why? Because he knows he's expiring, so he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows karma is after him. He's had the dreams. There was one time that he told me one morning, he was like, I came downstairs for something. He was like, I was going to call you last night. I thought I was having a heart attack. And I was like, oh, why? And he was telling me how he had this heart pain or whatever, and he was going to call me on the phone to help him. Well, the funny thing about that was that night before I went to bed, God literally gave me the word phrenic. I heard it in my head. I'm like, what the fuck is phrenic? So I Googled it. And I didn't Google it that night. I remember because I was like, what the fuck is phrenic? And I got up and I wrote it down. And God was like, look it up tomorrow. And I was like, all right. So I wrote it down because I was getting ready to go to bed. So I wrote down the word phrenic. And I got into bed and went to sleep. The next day, my handler told me how he thought he was having a heart attack and he was going to call me. Okay? Well, I went and looked up the word phrenic after that. And guess what phrenic was? Phrenic was talking about a nerve that runs around your heart, up your neck. Okay? What was hurting him, the reason why he thought he was having a heart attack, it was his phrenic nerve. This man has nerve pain and nerve damage from whatever, he says it's like MS or lupus or some shit. They don't know which one it is. I don't think it's those things at all. It's an autoimmune disease. I know that. And I also know what else is an autoimmune disease. I'm not going to say it but if you can put 2 and 2 together, then you know that the motherfucker is 4. It's an autoimmune disease, all right, but it's not lupus, and it's not multiple sclerosis, and it's not fibromyalgia. It's none of those things. It's something much worse. So the nerve pain, the phrenic nerve, that's what it was. And one day he was watching TV, and I walked through there, and it was like somebody talking about God on the TV, and they were like, God told me blah, blah, blah. And he says, mind you, he's a missionary. He believes in God. He goes around preaching to everybody about God. So why would he say this? He says, how would God tell that person, or how would God talk to that person, or how would that person talk to God, or something like that he said. So I said in a smart ass tone, the same way God told me that word phrenic when you thought you were having a heart attack that night. But he didn't tell me to help you. And I kept walking. And he goes, and he just got quiet and sat there. So this man goes out of his way to try to irritate the energy in the house by keeping the downstairs dirty, by keeping certain things so fucked up that niggas can't use them, but he don't know who he's fucking with. I will find a fucking way. Like I said, I have to use a 5-gallon bucket every morning to empty the fucking bathtub just to wash my ass. But guess what? I do it. This motherfucking arm about to be ripped like a motherfucker because it's the arm that I use to fucking one hand. I get that fucking bucket, I dip it in the fucking tub, and I pour it in the toilet. And I dip it in the tub, and I pour it in the toilet. Shit every fucking morning. You will not stop me from doing shit. You could try, but you won't. And he's learning that the hard way. Okay? Learning that the hard way. Him and his mother have done this to other people. His mother had 2 other husbands. The first husband was in prison for 10 years. He gets out. She tries to establish a relationship with him, whatever the fuck ever, or reestablish a relationship. I guess it didn't work out the way she wanted it to. Because they were still married, he gets killed by the Sacramento Police Department. He gets shot in the back 18 times by the Sacramento PD, right? Confirmation verse, excuse me. You know what she does? She starts fighting with his family about money because she's still married to him, so she should get money for his death. The man she got with after that, the reason why she moved out here, she gets with this man. I won't say his name because he's passed away now because of her. She literally puts a spell on him to make him lose his fucking mind. She has him locked up in a retirement home. He wasn't even disabled like that. She had him locked up in a retirement home because he was, I guess, losing his mind because of her spell work. Because that's how they fucking do. They try to fuck with your head and make you go crazy. And so had him sent away. That man has been gone for damn near the whole time I've been out here. That man's been gone for like 12 years. He's been locked away for 12 years. And he's been sick with cancer and all kinds of other shit. Well, she finally offed him. Gangrene or something. I forgot what exactly it was. But he passed away. And you know what she fucking did? Hopped on the phone and started fighting with his family about money. That's all they care about is money. Every time I turn around, she had $100,000, $68,000, this many $1,000. Some of that money's probably fucking mine. Who knows? I don't know, but karma gonna give it back to me. I know that. I know that. And now that all this shit... Oh, let me not forget to mention the time that I got in a car with her. She picked me up to go get my daughter from work one night because my daughter couldn't get a lift. And she was in the car telling me how she went to sleep and she woke up and her bed was against her bedroom door and everything was just thrown across her room. She said it was so much stuff thrown across the room and on the floor and everywhere that she couldn't even see the floor. She said she doesn't know how it happened. She was asleep. She didn't hear anything. She didn't feel anything. She woke up. The bed was against the door and everything was thrown everywhere like someone came in there and just trashed her shit. Supernatural shit. God has been coming to these people in dreams, supernatural events, all kinds of shit, to tell them, leave her the fuck alone. They aren't listening. They don't listen. So since they didn't listen, even though they knew, they don't really believe in God. So I guess she assumed that I was doing spells or something to make that shit happen. I just said to her, oh, that's crazy. It wasn't me. It was me, but it wasn't me. I didn't cast a spell for that shit to happen. Nigga, that's karma. That's my spirit guys. That's my spirit team. That's God. So, yeah. Again, I can teach you the ins and outs of spiritual warfare. I don't think motherfuckers pay me much attention. But I'm telling you I can teach you because I know what the fuck I know and I've been through what the fuck I've been through and I'm still in the motherfucking trenches. The damn war is almost over. The war is over. I'm just waiting to get all my troops together and move the fuck out. Okay? But what I have been dealing with, nobody would even understand. One of these parts that I do of my story, I might have to even get my kids to come in here and talk because they have seen it all. They know. They know exactly what the fuck this is. Okay? They know exactly what the fuck this is. They've been here for the whole shit. And they understand. They see it now. But I'm going to end part 1 here. Okay? I just wanted to touch on my handler and what I mean when I say my handler. Okay? And I'm literally my handler. I've been trying to get the fuck out of here. I have been separated, broken up, single from this man since 2015. I have not touched this man, seen this man naked, or had sex with this man since 2014. Okay? But I'm stuck here because this man is convinced that I belong to him. And it's one of those, if I can't have her, nobody can situations. And he was literally paid to destroy my life. Paid to keep me from growing, to keep me from my fucking destiny, my fucking purpose. It won't work though. It's not gonna work. He's gonna get moved one way or another. Whether that is physically the police coming to get him, or whether that's God taking his soul from his body. I will get my fucking freedom. But I'm gonna end part one there.